dirt. It'll mess you up, man. Girls can do you bad. It's that Brazil love, though, man. Speed game. Ha.
When I'm up in the store, I be speaking my shit, I be speaking the truth. When I'm up in the store, I be getting my diss, I be killing, I fuck up the crew. She can give me the deuce, I be fucking her right and I'm up in the booth. Like fuck what's the truth, but just speed game, like fuck what's the deuce. When I hit from the back, I be making that shit, I be making it crack.
Yo, what the fuck? Why did he just do that?
Making a smack, but just speed game, but you know I ain't like.
And bitch, you don't know me. But it's speed game, you can hand me my trophy.
Hey girl, you Portuguese, so girl, you know like what I mean.
Amade, eu sinto falta de você. Eu preciso de você. Desculpa, não quero você, então sem falar. Desculpa, não quero você. Amade, eu sinto falta de você. Eu preciso de você. Desculpa, não quero você, então fui pra lá.
Carvão, cruz, manda pra ela. Então joga pra mim, joga pra mim. Joga pra mim, tá de ladinho. Vai por ali, treme latinha. No piquezinho, no tobocinho. Fala pra mim, que afim. Cara papinha, tua coxinha. No camarim, se alguém vir, tô aí. Chega perto, você dentro do meu bem. Nessa vida não te troco por ninguém. Quero eu com você, porque você me faz bem. Não importa se tu já teve alguém. Eu já tive outras vezes também. Hoje é só você e eu. E o passou além. Quero desfrutar da sua boca louca. Hoje eu preciso de você. Vem depressa que a saudade não é pouco. E hoje tem um rolê. Quero desfrutar da sua boca louca. Hoje eu preciso de você. Vem depressa que a saudade não é pouca. E hoje tem rolê. Amade, eu sinto falta de você. Amade, eu preciso de você. Desculpa, não quero você, então sai pra lá. Desculpa, não quero você. Amade, eu sinto falta de você. Amade, eu preciso de você. Desculpa, não quero você, então sai pra lá.
Desculpa, não quero você, Amade. Amade. Amar.
Caralho, I really missed you. I'ma fuck you in the ass.
Português de Portugal, seguinte.
Quem?
Falas português.
Quê? Não. Eu sou de Portugal.
Ela que não falou português.
Eu só falo português. Caralho.
Mamãe não, novinha tu.
Força Portugal. Para não vem.
Oh my god.
Eu quero mais.
Bro. Bro, what is happening right now?
Sem para.
Victory Quap. 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 non è Speedy, io fumo come Houdini. E la totale toma un poco Speedy, vai, 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 vai. Oh vai, vai, oh vai, vai, oh vai, vai. Eu sou um Speedy, my name is Speed. Gotta do my dance, I hit that rocket lean. And I shake that, that ass on me. Gotta get that guap and cheese. Gotta shake that, no me Speedy. Eu sou muito freaky. Desculpe, toma um pouco Speedy. Vai, 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 vai. Oh vai, vai, oh vai, vai, oh vai, vai. Eu sou um Speedy, vai, 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 vai,
Man, y'all better stop playing with me, man.
Man, I better stop playing, man.
Come on, bora! Hey, I say quero você, hey, hey. Come my way, come my way, come my way, yeah, yeah. Come my way, come my way, come my way, yeah. I want you, and all this pain I'm through, and all this agony the same, and girl, you know I'm through. You got me heartbroken, I got no love token. What about the time we spent? It ain't even make no sense. I have no way, I have no pain. I want you to stay, I want you to stay.
Quero você,
Quero você, yeah, yeah. Come my way, come my way, come my way, yeah, yeah. Come my way, come my way, come my way, yeah, yeah.
I'm not speaking nothing but Portuguese this whole track. So if you don't speak Portuguese, you better learn it now.
It ain't my dad's razor, Dad. This green bar releases trapped hairs from my face for the ultimate Gillette shave.
Rock it with your rock,
Fuck.
rock.
Ronaldo in 2008. Speed. Hell no, you can fall back.
Now let me tell you first, man, I seen when I seen till it came to the dirt, never seen to a worse. And I seen when it came to a worse, when I get to a mercy. I'm a mercy, I'm a man, I'm a kid to a lurse. I'm a bronze on my dad, and I never show it to a Glock to his bed. And the bullets the fast, and the bloods and the demons, I look like a dead. He's a dead of the man, what the 40 the top when I see to a quad. He's a demon, the man, and the blood's the demon, I'm shot to his rest, and I'm straight like a demon. When I see one that shot, when I came with the memeing, when I get to a sleeming, and I never see blood, the shot to a sleeming, and I'm dead like a demon. When I 40 the Glock to a shot to his beaming, and it's dead like a beaming. When I shot to a demon, when I fuck to a demon, you a bitch, let's say, yeah, you a, when I bust on my drug, everybody stand up when I'm up in the club, everybody get lazy, and I just like I feel like I feel like a dog, everybody see rug, everybody see time like I play like a ball, fight it though, fight, she's out there, fuck that, fight, she's out there,
What?
shit like a farter. Everybody see bit like a dollar. When I roll some out shit like a farter. Like a shit like a big baller. Every shit like I feel like a farter. Speed game when I king like a dollar. Everybody see she like a farter. Speed game when I king with the daughter. Macaco. Macaco, 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 macaco preto e agora vai! Macaco bre, macaco bre, macaco bre, macaco, macaco bre, macaco, 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 macaco bre, macaco, macaco bre, macaco, macaco bre, macaco, macaco, macaco. Fuck you mean? Macaco pretos.
Yo.
Meu nome é Space, caralho.
What's a good excuse to cancel dinner with my friends?
We're literally sitting right here.
What's something funny I could say to make this awkward silence end?
No wrong way to front.
Rocket with your rock.
Who is that?
Renata went 2008.
Oh, who is this?
Speed.
Damn.
Play Not Like Us? Oh, that's right.
Drake a fuck nigga. When I was in jail facing life, he's really taking my shit, running off with it, and then putting it on his album.
My dog, you got booked for acting like Book. Shot him in. Shot him in daylight.
You think I'm finna let you take my shit and not say nothing? Fuck OVO. Tell everybody in OVO suck my dick.
Maybe I should do a 20. Maybe.
Needed a reset. And did Bradley Beal disappoint in the playoffs? Yeah, the entire team disappointed in the playoffs. They went up against a defensive juggernaut who kicked them in the teeth. And I don't think everybody held the blame on that. Nobody in the big
last game in Sacramento and then Minnesota, like he was a guy that was demonstrative. You know, the whole "it's time" thing, that's great for the fans, but it can also be good for your teammates to see you that hyped up, that visibly hyped in a fourth quarter where you're kind of taking over and willing your team to victory. But some of that is tied into performance as well. So I don't want that to be lost on Book.
Cold lager? Cold.
Ooh, these new Little Caesars Crazy Pops are fun size, so you can eat them anywhere. Keep those hands at 10 and 2.
enjoy.
Get you a go. Drake.
Say it again, I do it big, 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 I'm coming to win. I do it big, 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 say it again, I do it big. I do it big, 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 say it again, I do it big.
This is Shaq with the Big Podcast. Adam's not here today, so I'm taking over the duties. I don't have one of those big elaborate intros because I don't have that voice, but we're here with one of my favorite people in the game today, Draymond Green. Draymond, how you doing, brother?
Great, brother. I appreciate you having me.
You flew private?
Hell no. Delta.
You flew private?
Got me to fly private for it was just me.
You fly private. Oh, you don't fly by yourself? Private?
No.
Yeah, me either.
I hate it. I did it before. I felt like the biggest dummy.
You were scared?
Nah, I'm just sitting there like, I got nobody to talk to. I'm sitting here by myself. This.
No, you know what? No, you know why I don't fly by myself? Because if something happened, I wanted to be Shaq and his producer, Shane, went down. Yeah,
what the fuck?
I wanted to just be by myself. Shaq and his boy went down. I flew by myself one time, that turbulence, and I was like, oh, this ain't it, is it? I'm playing with. I was like, man, that, never again. All right, let's get to it. The MVP voting came out the other day. Two-part question. First question, what is your definition of the MVP, and what did you think of the voting this year?
Number one, I think my definition of what the MVP is, you know, everybody always says the best player on the best team. I disagree with that because you can be the best player on the best team and y'all run an incredible system. And in the NBA, as you know, you can win a lot of regular season games by having consistency, continuity, a group of guys that know how, I call them 82-game teams and 16-game teams. And you can have a bunch of 82-game guys that's coming out hard every single night. And with the continuity, you win a bunch of regular season games. And then if you're the best player on that team, are you the best player in the NBA? Are you the most valuable player in the NBA? I think that's... And so the MVP award to me is a guy who, number one, you're unstoppable every single night. You can create a shot for yourself. You can get shots for other people. And that don't necessarily mean I'm a guard, I'm getting in the lane and I'm dishing. You created offense for a lot of guys just by your presence, your dominance, and people having to triple team, double team, triple team, sometimes sending four guys at you. That creates shots. That's very valuable, right? And then oftentimes today it's like, oh, it's the best player on the best team. That's garbage. I think it's the guy who, night in and night out, we getting great looks, we're winning games. Yeah, you got to win games. We don't want somebody in the 10th seed or 11th seed winning the MVP. You do got to win games. But you got to be the best player every single night and also making other guys better, not just yourself.
You're a defensive guy. Rudy Gobert won his 4th Defensive Player of the Year. But it seems to me he has problems guarding people. So how does that make him Defensive Player of the Year? Because let me tell you something. Joker, where's he from, Joker?
Serbia.
That was Serbian chicken. Serbian chicken sauteed under some rice. He was killing them. So I'm like, you know, my thing is, like you said, the MVP unstoppable. My thing with Defensive Player of the Year was, guy, you can't score on him. So why does it seem like he has problems, especially in the postseason?
Well, the Defensive Player of the Year has historically been an award of someone who gets blocks, someone who gets steals. Like, you look at these couple things and you're like, oh, this guy blocks 3 shots a game. He's the Defensive Player of the Year because of the shots he's blocking. I actually don't agree with that. Now, what I will say is this. I think Rudy Gobert has gotten a lot better defensively now than what he was years ago. This year was actually the first time that I thought he actually deserved to win Defensive Player of the Year. He was checking. He was getting out. People was bringing him a pick and roll. He was switching. He was moving his feet. It was almost like if you watched him during the year, he took all of the noise that everybody said about him as a defender and took it personally. Because all the things that he never did, he was then all of a sudden doing. And for me, our game plan was always to pick him. Like, Put him in action, whether it's put him in the ball screen, whether it's put him in the pin down, and he's guarding Clay off a pin down, guard Steph off a pin down. Put him in every action. For myself, I go on the court, and I'm running into a pick and roll, the guard pick and roll, and they're like, no, get him out of here. Bring this guy in. You know, and for me, I'm like, all right, that's the guy I want to be. Like, I want them to not want me in the action. Because if you bring me into every action, I'm going to have a fucking field day. That's how I look at it. And I always thought, you know, when I looked at our game plan, when I looked at other people's game plan, that they were picking on him. And I know for a fact we were picking on him. And I never understood how our defensive game plan could be go at that guy, but that guy's the defensive player of the year. And, you know, this year was the first year that wasn't the game plan because all his numbers were through the roof when you put him in actions. And so this one I actually think he deserved. The other ones, I think it was a matter of him blocking weak side blocks because it wasn't like somebody was posting him up and then he's blocking a shot. It's like, no, you drive, he come weak side, he block it. I think he earned this one this year, but all the other years I was a little skeptical.
Dikembe Mutombo, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Hall of Famer. Ben Wallace, 4-time Defensive Player of the Year, Hall of Famer. Does this make Rudy Gobert a Hall of Famer?
It will, because a couple things. It will because when you look at the Hall of Fame, it is the Basketball Hall of Fame. It's not the NBA Hall of Fame. And I think we oftentimes see some guys from Europe get into the Hall of Fame that we wouldn't necessarily respect that guy being into the Hall of Fame on our terms. But it's not necessarily our Hall of Fame. It's the Basketball Hall of Fame. So I think he will get in. But is he a Hall of Famer and what we would consider a Hall of Famer?
Isaiah Thomas told me the best. He said there's two Hall of Fames. There's a bad Hall of Fame, and then there's a Hall of Fame, like you said it. As Carnival CFO, that's short for Chief Fun Officer, it's my job to ensure everyone has an unforgettable vacation experience on their Carnival cruise. All you got to do is enjoy all types of fun on ship, from twists and turns on boat, the world's first roller coaster at sea, the moments of blissful relaxation at Cloud9 Spa. Venture off ship and explore ancient Mayan ruins, or just kick back and do nothing at all on the pristine white sand Caribbean beaches. Take an ATV ride through the jungle or dive into the crystal clear waters of Carnival's new exclusive destination, Celebration Key, welcoming guests in the summer of 2025. Finally, kick off the evening with a craft cocktail at any one of Carnival's dazzling bars and lounges, and take your pick among the delectable restaurants on board, like Emerald's Bistro or Shaq's Big Chicken. Then settle in for an evening of live entertainment at Punchliner Comedy Club, or taking a show. Simple as that. You've just created unforgettable vacation memories. Because no one does fun like Carnival. We throws a heat game too. Visit carnival.com and pack for your next cruise. Ship's registry, the Bahamas, Panama. I think it was game 2. Jamal Murray gets upset, throws a towel on the court. Then he gets upset, he throws a heating pad on the court. The rulings, we fine you $100,000. It's okay. What if that was Draymond Green? What would happen?
I would have got suspended for the rest of the playoffs. For sure. I got suspended. I tried to hit Bron. Got suspended from Game 5 of the finals. I missed.
You tried to hit him?
Damn right I tried to hit him. You step over him, grown man, you don't step over my shoulder. It's a lot of space on the basketball court. If I'm not mistaken, it's 94 by 50. I don't take up that much space. You don't need to go over my shoulder. You go over my shoulder, you're disrespecting me as a man. I don't give a damn about back shoulder. And it's 94 by 50. I don't take up that much space. You don't need to go over my shoulder. You go over my shoulder, you're disrespecting me as a man. I don't give a damn about basketball over who I am as a man. And so, I missed. Everybody always say, man. And so, I missed. I don't give a damn about basketball over who I am as a man. And so, I missed. Everybody always say, man, Draymond got suspended. He need to stop getting technical fouls. He got suspended because he continues to get technical fouls. And, he never learned his lessons in the playoffs or in the finals. when that's actually not a fact, because I actually got suspended for accumulation of flagrant foul points. Now, I get suspended for accumulation of flagrant foul points. I picked up a flagrant foul on the foul that I did not commit. You ain't never seen nobody like, oh, he moved his arm and he missed the guy, but that is a flagrant foul. A foul is, you got to make contact for a foul. I got suspended for trying to make contact. And you throw a heating pack on the court and that's okay? So tell me this. If somebody step on that heating pack and get hurt, then is it a bigger deal? Or is it not? Don't tell me, oh, we don't want to affect the outcome of the game because the outcome of an NBA Finals was affected. So don't tell me that we want the players to determine what's happening on the court and the outcome. So that's unless that rule changed. You know, I think sometimes when the problem that I have oftentimes with the suspensions and different things is like you don't know what it is. Sometimes it's here, sometimes it's there, sometimes it's in between. It just kind of moves. Like there is no saying.
What the fuck?
You do this, you get this. You do that, you get this. It's all over the place. And so when I saw that, people like, oh, they did the right thing because they didn't want to affect the outcome. I am an NBA Finals MVP short because an outcome was affected. So I don't really hear all that. I don't buy it. I think it's, you know me, I'm never one to want to see players get suspended. I'm never one to want to see players get fined. I actually think it's ridiculous. When you look at us as basketball players, the amount of money we get fined for the things that we do, that don't happen in corporate America. It never happens in corporate America. You get fined $50,000 because you say something somebody don't like. 50 grand? That's real money. 100 grand? I was like, oh, he only got fined 100 grand, man. What? $100,000?
You know, my thing about the fines is nobody knows where that money goes.
They say it go to charity, it go to this.
Yeah, like I never seen it.
Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you something that happened to me before. I'll never forget it. So, obviously we're fine. We have a players association. I love a lot of people at the players association, but this never rubbed me This rubbed me the wrong way that day, and ever since then, I took a step back from the players association. We're in a meeting, you know, where they come out, they come see the team, the executive chairperson and their team, and we're in Boston, and so it's closer to New York. They come meet with our team in Boston, and the lady that's over the PA Foundation says, "Woo, Draymond, I love you because you always sending us money."
Sure.
Whoa, you're supposed to be fighting for my money back. You sitting here telling me you love me because I get fined and I always send y'all money. I'm supposed to be confident.
I mean, nah.
And you fighting for my money back. I've been done ever since. Like, and so, you know, you look at, like any other charitable donation, you know, you know, oh, it went here, it went there. Shit. We never know where this money
never.
I don't understand it. So, back, like, I'm never in favor of guys getting suspended. The fines to me don't make sense. You know, when you talk about as hard as we work to accumulate wealth, coming from situations that most people never make it out, and then you get fined the way we get fined, it's actually not set up for us to be wealthy after we're done playing. This job is not set up the way we're taxed.
Oh, California?
The way we're taxed, the way we're fined, the things that's this job ain't never been set up for us to be wealthy after we're done playing. And, you know, you hear about all these programs like this program, this program, that is to cover everybody. This program is to teach this guy this. But if I do something wrong, I lose $100,000. Man, it took my mom 4 years when I was growing up to make $100,000. And I lose that in the night because, what? Like, the fines are, the referee got mad at me. And he didn't like what I said to him. So I lose $5,000 like that, like on a tech, you know. And so I think I don't understand the marker. And back to your Jamal Murray question, I think it was absolutely insane.
Draymond, if it's in the rule book,
you get $100,000 fine.
I mean, what you want me to do, man?
For throwing a heat pack at an official?
Yeah.
Man, I throw a word at an official, they throw me under the jail. You throw a heat pack at an official, and you get a fine? It's crazy, man.
So we do a segment called The Big Break with the General. And we want to know which team deserves a break to make the finals. Minnesota, OKC, the Knicks, or the Pacers?
Which one deserves a break to make the finals?
Nobody deserves shit. They gotta earn that shit, right? No?
The Knicks deserve a break. It's been a long time. Like, Minnesota, you never expect a team in Minnesota to win the NBA Finals. Like, let's just face it. Like, if the Minnesota Timberwolves never win an NBA Finals, nobody's batting an eye like, why they ain't never winning? Like, it's Minnesota. Now, they got Ant-Man, so it changes things, right? But you never. Indiana. You're not batting an eye if the Indiana Pacers never win a championship. No matter. OKC. You're not batting an eye if they never win a championship. It don't matter. The New York Knicks win a playoff series, and they fans go crazy.
They're the best team ever created.
They shut the streets of New York City down for winning a playoff series, a game in a playoff. Like, shuts the streets down. I think that's who deserves the break.
So we as players, we hear this term a lot. This next game is super important. So out of all the games, talk about the importance of the game and who needs to win.
Minnesota has to win next game. Minnesota, you start off up 0-2 or up 2-0 on the road versus the champion. And you start off that way, and you think, again, it's a team that ain't never won nothing. And you think you're going back home like, this is over. Like, we got this in the bag. And then that championship team show you why they are champions. Because in the face of adversity, we stand tall. It's champions. There's nothing by the time you win a championship in the NBA, there's nothing you haven't seen. In order to do that, there's nothing you haven't seen. And so, they come and they stand tall. Now, Minnesota's on the ropes. If you're going back game 5, you lose 3 in a row. Starting off playoff 6-0. In this series 2-0. Then you lose 3 in a row. They already, and I spoke about this on my podcast, they already have some guys that ain't really been shit as far as winning goes in the league. Ant-Man has taken those guys and put them on his back. But those guys' confidence will shake easily. So all of a sudden you go down 3-2. When you up 2-0, you can feel good. Bravo. It's me. But when you go down, those same guys will start like, it ain't me. Like, and that confidence is shaking. Minnesota has to win this game. If they don't win this game, they probably won't win another game.
Indiana Knicks.
Indiana Knicks. Indiana got to win. Indiana loses over. And here's why I say that. They already lost a game, maybe 2 at the guard, but they should have won. You don't get many opportunities in a playoff series to lose games that you should won and still win the series. And they already for sure won that they should have won. You got to make that game up. It's hard to make them games up in the playoff series when you let one get away, especially for a team that ain't done it before. So they have to win now because they already let one get away. Game 7, they're not going in the Garden with it.
Dallas, OKC.
I got Dallas. I know Dallas with Luka and Kyrie can go on the road and win no problem. Luka, without Kyrie, had to go on the road against Phoenix and win. And went on the road and won by 30. So we know they're capable of doing that. I got Dallas, no problem.
Boston and Cleveland.
Boston easy. That's not even a...
This episode of the Big Podcast with Shaq is brought to you by The General. You know Shaq loves The General. Before the league, before the rings, before I got my big break, I've been rocking with The General. The General has been offering quality coverage for 60 years. You already know The General was there for Shaq when I needed him. Lawrence, 2 different people. Like I didn't make when you got your what, I think it was 15-game suspension.
Yeah, it was indefinite. It ended up being like 6 or whatever.
When you got your 15, 16 games, and you heard people saying like, "I hope he gets help." How did that make you feel? I mean, because I know as an NBA player, we're 2 different people. Like I've been knowing you for a while. You were a wild man on the court. Never seen you wild off the court. So when people were saying he needs help, how'd that really make you feel?
I thought a lot of people who were saying that, number one, it's easy to sit over here and shoot over there. Most people ain't going to come stand in your face and shoot at you like that. They're going to shoot from over here and act like they big. And so I thought it was very interesting. So many guys coming out like, oh, he need help, he need this, he need that. Number one, you don't know me. So to sit and throw that on somebody's name, it's crazy. It really, it took me through a range of emotions though. Like it pissed me off, it made me sad, it made me just sit and think. It took me to dark places, like, because I'm sitting there like, he need help. Like, I need help for the way I play basketball. Like, I am a stand-up citizen. I try to be as good to people as I can be. Like, one of the things I've always loved and respected about you, outside, by the way, I'm gonna just say this now. The child in me, this is everything. Growing up as a Shaquille O'Neal fan, the first jersey I had was the Magic pinstripe jersey with a Orlando Magic nightlight, Orlando Magic zip-up onesie. I remember.
A onesie? Pajamas?
Yeah, little kid. Zip-up onesie, baby.
Hold on. NBA, you throw me some money. I ain't never heard about no Shaq pajamas.
Like, zip-up onesie, like, this is everything for me. So number one, I want to say thank you. But, and like, seeing all of these people say, yo, he need help, like, no, I'm a stand-up dude. I need help because of something I do on a basketball court. Of course I... hate you on a basketball court. We get criticized for being friends with guys on a basketball court. You can't have, so you lay somebody out on the basketball court, you terrorist. Be nice to somebody on the basketball court, you're too soft. Like, guys are too soft, they're friends, they're this. Everything's a problem. And so, in sitting there and watch people attack my character as a man, as a human being, over something that happened on the basketball court, it's crazy to me. And like I said, it took me a bunch of different places because I'm like, this has now gotten to a point of where I'm not sure this is what I want. You know, I'm not sure I want to continue to play basketball if this is what it's become. Oh, you do this on the basketball court, you're bad human. Like, you know, I got kids, 4 of them.
Damn.
My kids coming to me like, Daddy.
How many you got?
4 of them. I'm catching you. Yeah.
Slow down, Shaq. Yeah, I was about to say.
No chance. I'm catching you. Like, you know, my kids coming up to me like, Daddy. They said you need help. Like, you all right? I'm like, yeah, I'm great. Like, do I look all right to you? They're like, yeah, but I saw something on YouTube. It said somebody says you need help. And so when it starts to extend to my kids, I'm like, listen, that's what comes with the job. It's a part of the territory, right? But again, these are claims on my name that has no factual evidence. Like, this is not based on facts. This is based on what I did on the basketball court. If I'm honest with you, the same person that sit here and talk to you today is not the person that even go on the basketball court, right? Like, not even close to the same person. That is a totally different human being. When I step on the court, I will slap out of you. I will do whatever I need to do to win a basketball game. I'm not that way in my everyday life. And so to see people taking shots at my character, to me, like I said, I went through a range of emotions. I was pissed off. I was sad. I wanted to fight the world. I wanted to not see the world. And when I say not, there ain't no suicide. It ain't that serious. And I appreciate you hitting me. But a lot of people, even people that think you respect or like going on TV, like, and just feeding into the narrative. I'll tell you one person I haven't talked to him much since. Stephen A. Smith really pissed me off. And the reason he pissed me off was because he hit me. He's like, yo, it's been hard for a lot of us to talk about you these last few days. And, you know, for me, I'm like, okay, it's been hard for me to watch. But I'm watching it because I want to see everything that everybody has to say. But the thing that pissed me off is, you tell me it's been hard for y'all to talk about me, but have not one time, like, Stephen A., anytime I meet someone and they say something about you, it's never like, yo, I like him, he cool. It's always like, man, that dude, his character, he's this, he's that. And I always say that, I actually know the guy. I'm like, the guy is actually a cool dude. Like, I know, like, you can take what you want from the TV screen. I actually know the guy. He's a cool dude and a real dude. And then you get the opportunity to talk about me. And listen, I know you got a job to do. I know you got to do your thing and say what you got to say. But at not one point did you say, well, y'all are saying this person is dumb and this person need help. Now, I know the person. Say what you want about the basketball player, that's fine. But I know the person. And by the way, it just wasn't him. To sit back and see those that claim to know and appreciate me as a human being just flow with the narrative because it was easy to do, I lost a lot of respect for a lot of people.
Shaq's Lakers get you a Golden State Warriors. 7-game series. You pick any of my championship team, any of your championship team, who wins? And the bonus question, who guard me? Please don't say Andrew Bogut.
So, here's the thing.
And you can be honest, you ain't gonna hurt my feelings.
I don't think any one player on our team could have guarded you. I do think there were defensive schemes that we could have thrown at you to affect you. One is not letting you get the ball. So we're going to guard you with a guy in front of you, a guy behind you.
They did that.
Yeah, I wasn't on the court though. You know,
Portland did that.
Defensive schemes
Portland did that.
Like that. Listen.
Portland did that. Sacramento did that.
I watched. I wasn't on the floor. I'm making defensive game plans.
All right. So what you gonna do? Stand behind me?
No, I'm standing in the front. Ain't no ball getting to you. However,
what you mean the ball don't get to you? They just gonna throw it over your head?
I'm not 6 feet.
But you ain't 7 feet.
I got 7'3" wingspan.
And I got 9'4" wingspan.
Yeah, but you still gotta get the ball. You can't get the ball through me.
No, it's gonna go over you, Joe.
Andrew Bogut's behind.
Stop
I'm in the front.
Stop it.
We're leaving somebody over there to shoot because you couldn't shoot during that time.
I got Bob. I got B. Shaw. I got Rick.
Bob ain't just about to stand out there launching. Y'all stand out there launching. Nobody was just launching threes then, Shaq. I don't care how old.
You're right about that. But however, Bogut gonna be in foul trouble.
You're not getting the ball, Shaq.
But when I'm running down the court, he gonna try to muscle me with his weak. He gonna get 1 foul. He gonna get 2 fouls. Now who your backup center?
Me.
Draymond, stop.
Me.
Draymond.
Shaq, I don't think I could have guarded you. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. However, you would have had to bring your big out of that drop. You do realize they created, which nobody does anymore because they can't. But they used to call it Shaq in the screen.
Refresh the everyday with Mentos gum. Yes to fresh.
Too many subscriptions? You can keep track of them with Rocket Money. I just found out that I've still been paying for Prime after I canceled my account 3 years ago. So my friend got me on the Rocket Money app to help me manage my subscriptions.
Shaq the screen, where you just stay back in the paint. You got a Shaq. Man, if you stay back there, I'm going to nail whoever guarding Steph. I'm going to nail whoever guarding Clay, and we're going to dot your eye every play.
Okay, but you know what's going to happen after that? I'm going to tell D-Fish, get up on him, let him drive, and I'm going to lay his little up.
D-Fish can't make him drive. I'm going to whack him with these screens. You ever seen me set screens?
All it takes is one play. All it takes is one play to get up on him. And when he drive, I'm laying his top.
And then we got to fight.
All right, we just gotta fight that.
And guess what? You getting thrown out the game and me getting thrown out the game. Who's that going to hurt worse? Your team.
So I guess
y'all lose.
So I guess we're not gonna fight then. So let's rewind the tape. Who's your backup center?
Our backup center was it depends on which year, but
forget all that.
David West is
Who wins?
JaVale McGee.
Who wins that series?
We win the series. Sure.
Draymond, stop it. Sure. Listen, I love you and I love your confidence, but ain't no way.
How we lose? How do we lose?
Because of me. And the Colster. And Big Shot Bob. And Big Shot.
We trading two. You get your dunks. We trading twos for threes.
Yeah, but y'all ain't gonna hit threes all the time.
We gonna hit enough of them.
Yeah, but not all the time.
You just gotta hit the three at 37%.
Who guarded Kobe?
Clay.
We'll continue this conversation.
You can look at Clay now and say, "Oh, he's not the Clay he was then."
We'll continue this conversation on your podcast. No.
Sure.
Ain't nobody guarding him, ain't nobody guarding me. And ain't nobody guarding Steph, and ain't nobody guarding Clay. I understand that, but y'all not beating us.
Yeah, I think we are probably in 5, maybe 6.
6 what?
Games.
6 years when I'm 40?
Max 6 games.
Draymond.
Max 6 games.
Don't you know Sacramento said that, Portland said that?
You know where I grew up at, right?
I know who
I
you
grew
are.
up in Saginaw, Michigan, in the state of Michigan, which is home of the Detroit Pistons. Y'all lost to the Pistons in 04. And by the way, them my big bros. I love them. I respect them. But, like, they scored 70 points a game. We would have mopped them.
You would have mopped them too?
They scored 70 points.
Let me see.
One of y'all games was like 70 to 67 points. That's insane.
I didn't get the ball like I was supposed to.
Averaging 17 points a quarter shot.
Yeah, but that was then.
Okay, 17 points in a quarter today. You lose by 40.
All right, so hold on. I forgot to ask some question. Which style are we playing? The new style or the old style?
That's the thing. If we playing the old style, we lose.
All right, and if we play
the new style,
no, we win.
No chance.
Bro, I was the first big run the court. You think I ain't gonna be running the court?
By the time you was with the Lakers, you weren't moving like that no more.
I was.
I mean, not like.
Bro, my first champion, the third one, I was Big Shaq. First one I was skinny. No, first one I was Skinny Shaq. The second one was Medium Shaq. The third one was Fat Shaq. And the fourth one was Fat Albert Shaq.
So when you was Skinny Shaq.
Oh, I was
coming up out of that drop. You was gonna come up to the 3-point line.
If I had to, every now and then.
Yeah, you got your big split.
Did y'all think I was picking on JaVale McGee when I was doing Shaq and Fu?
Yeah, you for sure used to pick on JaVale. 1,000%.
How's it my fault? It's his clips. Shaq and Fu is a show. I didn't. It's his clips. It ain't like I said, find me some JaVale. Like, he did the clips, and Shaq and Fu was created to get rid of the word bloopers. And we all have bloopers. Like, when I used to try to bring the ball up and, to do the Magic Johnson thing, these guys used to call me Tragic Bronson.
Tragic Bronson?
Yeah, Tragic Bronson. So when I was creating Shaq the Fool, it was just to create bloopers. So I don't know why y'all think I was picking on.
Well, I mean, you was definitely.
I was laughing. That's all I was doing.
You were definitely a little.
No, I wasn't. Bro, it's his clips.
They definitely were his clips.
Yes.
They were hilarious too, man. JaVale, my guy, though. You know what's crazy?
I like JaVale too.
There's a common misconception that he's a dumb guy. He's maybe one of the smartest players I've ever played with.
He's not dumb at all.
He's like a computer geek. Like,
but
basketball, he has some rough moments.
No, but big guys, what we try to do is little, and it just looks funny.
See over everybody,
Rudy Gobert got fouled and did that. Yesterday.
That's Shaq in the Fool. You saw that? Yeah, I'm like, bro, you 7'5", Duncan. Yeah,
All right.
I do this to all NBA players. First, they talk about Bron and Jordan, the best, the GOATs.
Mm-hmm.
And I always ask people, how come my guy's not in that conversation? Do you think my guy deserves to be in that conversation?
Kobe?
Yes.
For sure.
For sure.
Hell yeah, for sure.
100%.
So how come he's not all the time?
Here's why I think he's not. Because
for a minute he was though. Like
people hold that
it was like
against
1, 2, 3, like that ass.
Number two, I think Kobe kind of fell in a weird time. And what I mean by that is Mike left the league. When Mike left the league, y'all were dominating. Like, and then you left the Lakers. When you left the Lakers, they had a few rough years. Wasn't great. Smush Parker. Like, it wasn't.
Like, how am I?
They didn't have great roster. Rudy Tomjanovich, like.
I'm not moving that much.
That was an epic fail. Like, it wasn't great. And while it wasn't going great, there was a young guy in Cleveland starting to make his hay. And so in the years where Cole could have been dominating, which he was from a number standpoint, but they weren't winning under.
Hardee's 2 for $5 breakfast. Choose a famous made-from-scratch buttermilk biscuit with
in those years, Bron was making his hay and starting to make his name, and is he the best player? And I think the amount of time that it was a consensus that Kobe was the number one in the league, like the top guy, I don't think it was long enough for everybody to say how, like, to put him in that conversation, because Bron then came and put his name in the conversation. And so from that point on, it's tug of war. Like Christmas Day game between those two guys, it's tug of war. And so I don't think he accumulated enough people in saying that he dominated the way Mike dominated in the length of time that Mike dominated. Bron, the length of time that he's dominated, I don't think Kobe dominated himself
was that, AG?
For that length of time. And I think that's why people don't put him in the conversation.
I mean, I think it's a subjective conversation.
For sure.
I would just like to hear his name in the conversation. Like, right, they just kind of overlook him and just say, hey, listen, Mike, Bron, Kobe, he can go either way. But I just try to fight for him and just at least when you talk about the GOATs, put his name.
No, and I think he should be. I personally think he should be. But the things that we think, the way we see these things, most people can't see them through this lens, right? So I have no doubt in my mind that he should be. I mean, you look at the numbers, you look at the demeanor, you look at the impact that he had on the game. Still running around talking about Mamba mentality. What are you talking about? Like, you know, goddamn Mamba mentality. Like, shut up. I hit a shot. Mamba mentality. Shut up. Like, I know goddamn Mamba mentality.
I thought I was the only one that felt that way.
Give me a break. Oh, Mamba man, shut up. Ain't even a thing for real. That's Kobe. Like,
yeah, exactly.
That's it.
Yeah, that's
you know,
it.
And so I think when you look at all of those things, the impact that he had on the game, when we run around Kobe, like, you know, like the impact that he had, you don't have that impact if you're not one of the greatest ever. So there's a lot of guys we've seen come through, score, do this, but Kobe, man, I think he's definitely in the conversation, but I do think that's the reason why most people don't put him there.
So give me your Mount Rushmore.
My Mount Rushmore is Kobe, Shaq, Bron, and Steph. I love you, big fella.
I appreciate that. That's. But apparently, to some idiots, I didn't work hard. But I appreciate that. You know.
Come on.
And did you hear my AI disc record?
No.
You didn't hear it?
No.
I'm gonna play for you tonight. It wasn't me. I just typed some things in the computer, hit a button, and it spit it out and came out kind of nice.
I respect.
So, before you retire, is there one player you would like to play with?
Before I retire.
How many years you got left?
San Antonio also making some changes. Zach Collins comes in for Victor Wembanyama, and McDermott subbed in for Johnson. And so it's Jones.
I got maybe 3-4 years left. Before I retire, is there one player that I want to play with?
LeBron, Patrick James.
I thought I'd have the opportunity this summer to check that off the box. It didn't happen for me. but I would have loved to play with Bron. Not necessarily that I want to be on this NBA team, but I just would have loved the opportunity to play together. Because I want to see how his mind works on a day-to-day basis in a basketball setting. Like, when I look at guys with IQ, I think that's one of the best things about Bron is his IQ, and I can respect that. And so I would have loved the opportunity just to see on a day-to-day basis how his mind works. Like when something is going on, when there's adjustment that need to be made, how you process that, what's your process like, the things that you go through, how you land here or land there. I would have loved the opportunity, but for me, for that reason, I would have loved to play with Bron. But I've had the opportunity to play with
CP3,
the most electrifying player of the last 15 years, and I've gotten to see that on the day-to-day, and probably last 30, like you name whatever. But I've gotten to see that on a day-to-day basis. There's not much else I can go see that's going to make me be like, man, I want to play with this dude. Like I've gotten to play with Steph Curry for 12 years. Watch what he do night in and night out for 12 years. Like the way he's changed the game of basketball. I got to watch that change firsthand. When you watch kids play today, they run around shooting threes from the hip. And it's because of Steph Curry. I got to watch that literally happen firsthand. So for me personally, I don't really need to look anywhere further of someone that I want to play with. All the guys that I would really love to play with on an NBA team, they not here no more. Like, you retired, MJ retired, Kobe gone. Like, when you look at the guys that I would, AI, like those are guys that I would have loved to play with. But as far as the NBA goes, Bron's mindset I would love to see. But man, I've played with Steph Curry. I don't need to look any further for excitement, for greatness, for work ethic, for how a guy leads. Like Steph never does the wrong thing, ever. Like he will make the right decision. I don't mean like a turnover of basketball. I'm talking about like in life, like off the floor. He wouldn't, if there's something like, man, I don't know if I want to go to this. Like we got to go to this thing that don't make sense. He like, yeah, well, we should do this. Boom. Always the right thing. Like, I got the chance to play with Steph Curry. I don't need to look much further.
So you have 3 rings? 4?
4.
So if you have the opportunity to ring chase into your career and they need you for, your play, your leadership, would you do that?
If there's something that I could offer to a team, and I'm like, oh, I'm the missing piece there, I can go help that team get over the hump. That's a totally different thing, right? Like, that's like, I can go contribute to a championship. That's different than like, man, let me go see if I could just fall into one more. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be able to contribute. And saying
that has like a big, like a big 4. Phoenix, for example. Phoenix said, hey, we need you. Would you? That has like a big, like a big 4. Phoenix, for example.
Oh my God.
Phoenix said,
I would love Draymond in Phoenix, bro. Please.
We need you. Would you?
I think that would be a hell of an opportunity.
Yes, it would.
But the Warriors will have to not want me anymore.
Type shit.
Because I've been there for 12 years. The thing, like, people tend to forget, but the Warriors was the laughing stock of the NBA when I arrived there. Won 23 games a year before when I arrived there. I told a story recently about Marshawn Lynch laughing at me when I was like, I'm getting drafted to the, just got drafted to the Warriors. He's like, y'all suck. Like, I remember those days. I remember walking around downtown Oakland as a rookie, passing out tickets. Guys getting on the bar, the train, and through the rush through the bay.
That's crazy, bro.
Passing out tickets to games as a rookie. I remember that. That's October 2012. We won our first championship June 2015. Wasn't that far removed. So we built this thing up from the ground, man. It's like, it's a different feeling for us because that's our baby. Like that, the Warriors, what they were nothing. And so to see that growth and take part in that growth, that's not something you just walk away from. Just to walk away from. They'd have to not want me anymore. And for me personally, because I love that organization, I will always do right by the organization because it's no ill will for me. It's not like I've been treated bad. You know, Andre and Sean, and they would always tell us like, yo, y'all don't know the real NBA. And I can raise my hand and say, gladly, I don't know the real nasty side of the business of the NBA. I never had to see that. And I'm very thankful to that organization that I have. And so they'd have to not want me for me to go somewhere else. And then at that point, it's like, all right, which team can I go help that can win a championship, right? But not just like, like if I had to stay in Golden State another 5 years and we not make the playoffs for 5 years straight, I'm totally fine with that. Not because I'm not a competitor, but because I'd rather do it. I'd rather struggle with the same guys that I succeeded with. It ain't about, we struggling now, I need to go that way. Nah, I'd rather struggle the same way we succeeded together. I'd rather struggle together as opposed to, I can go over here and do this. Well, if they don't want me, then great. That's my mindset. I'm going to go over here and try to do that. But as long as they'll have me, I got no reason to ever want to leave that place.
Well, I appreciate you coming. Biggest hater inside and outside the NBA.
Biggest hater inside the NBA and outside the NBA. That's interesting. Because there's a lot of haters.
A lot.
Biggest hater in the NBA.
He gonna say, he gonna say,
is
who you gonna say?
Well, see, that's the thing. Like in the NBA, like are these media guys considered being in the NBA or no? No, right?
No.
Okay, so it's somebody actually in the NBA.
And if you want to add a media guy, go ahead.
I mean, the biggest hater outside the NBA is Skip Bayless. Sure. Dude just sit up there and spew hate. I hope I give him a soundbite for a show because it's dying. But he just sit out there and like spew hate. Like when you're hating on LeBron James every single day, for instance, like there's nothing this man has done to give you something to hate on every single day. Like you're a hater. So I'd say outside the NBA is for sure Skip Bayless.
It's part of the bit, bro.
Inside the NBA, I'm gonna have to go. Man, that's a tough one. Because guys be trying to hide their hate.
They do.
They be trying to hide the hate.
They do.
Like, for real, hide it. Biggest hater inside the NBA is Nurkic.
I knew he was going to say that.
Hey, you need help. Oh, that brother still need help. Like, nigga, you need help, big softy.
And what's the tweet you sent them when they got, when they lost?
That's all, folks.
Yeah.
Tell me this though, Shaq. How you gonna tweet at us? That's all, folks.
Yeah.
And you got the worst playoff record in NBA history.
Yo,
worst
what?
win percentage. But you're gonna tweet that's all, folks.
Really?
Now I can go to sleep for 5 years and wake up. You still won't have half the playoff wins we've accumulated. How you gonna tweet that? But I need help.
Right.
I'm the one that need help. Who needs help here? Because clearly, you ever if somebody like, hey, who gonna tell him? Like,
right.
Who gonna tell him that was just stupid? Like,
yeah.
You set yourself up for failure because it's a guaranteed proven fact that you're gonna lose. It's actually not a proven fact that when we're in the playoffs, we're gonna lose because 4 times we won it. It is a proven fact that even if you get there,
like you're so like,
not even lose the series. Like we know you're gonna lose the series.
Oh my God, wet
you're
bananas,
gonna struggle
bro.
to get wins, like a win in the series. You can't say that. Like that's just like, but I need help. And so that to me, when you're just sitting at home watching, like that's all, folks. Like, bro. By the way, we the 10 seed, my man. Think about that. You sitting at home tweeting the 10 seed is done. Brother, we were actually supposed to lose. We're 10 seed. We barely skated into the play-in. That's all, folks. That's hate. I mean, come on. Like, that's hate. So, I got to go with Big Softy.
And there you have it. That's all, folks. Appreciate you, brother. Y'all wouldn't have beat us, though, Draymond. You tripping?
Yeah, we for sure would have beat y'all.
Yeah.
Damn, I can't be fucking these bitches. No, I can't be fucking these bitches. They fucking these snitches and hoes. They wearing the bows. Damn, wearing I can't be fucking these bitches and shit. They fucking the fuck. Damn, damn, I can't be fucking these bitches. These bitches that go whatever. I can't even fucking these bitches. I get it. These bitches whatever. I can't be fucking these bitches. These bitches be coming up whatever. I can't be fucking these bitches. These bitches be coming up. Yo. I could be fucking these bitches, they're really just snitches, I really just kidding the bitches. Luka Doncic. Shout out to Luka Doncic, man. He's a great guy, man. One of the greatest guys in the world, man. What is she saying? Like, does she want me to come like at 5 or 2? Like, what is she saying? I think 2. Hopefully she see that message, bro. I don't know. Cause if she don't, it might be GG's. It might be GG's. If she don't see that shit, it might be GG's.
This episode of The Old Man and the Three is presented by BMW, the brand that is constantly raising standards for performance and innovation. BMW, the ultimate driving machine.
Gotcha.
Welcome to The Old Man and the Three with JJ Redick and Tommy Alto, brought to you by 342 Productions. This is episode 238. Tim Legler, nobody I'd rather talk hoops with than Tim Legler. We talk in depth about both the Boston Celtics and Indiana Pacers series, as well as the Dallas Mavericks and Minnesota Timberwolves series. We are recording this Friday afternoon. Boston is in a very favorable position to win the Eastern Conference and be in the finals. And to me, this is important because Kristaps Porzingis, for Boston to win against all of you watching on video,
You're back on Get Up or First Take at 8 a.m. or 10 a.m. So we're going to try to fit this in today. We are recording this on Friday afternoon.
Oh, you're so quick,
so
bro.
We are going to cover Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. Look ahead to Game 2 tonight, and obviously, we won't be able to react to that. And then Games 1 and 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Before we get to really specific stuff about both games, talking with a bunch of people, Braun and I kind of covered some of these topics on Wednesday on Mind the Game. And I think there's a number of things that we've seen throughout the playoffs. Like, if you want to win in the playoffs, you need X. And it used to be a very simple answer. If you want to win in the playoffs, you need a top 5 player. You need 2 top 15 players. It feels like you need 7 guys right now that are high-level impact players that, regardless of matchups, can oscillate in between a series, in between a game, and help you win the game. It doesn't feel like you can get away with a top-heavy roster anymore in the NBA. That to me is my biggest takeaway. I have another takeaway I want to get to in a second, but that's my biggest takeaway. You need 7 guys right now.
I love that. I think it's a great place to start. I agree with that. You like the depth of guys that can do multiple things. I also think, JJ, I think we're at an era where like the specialist guy that does one thing very well and he eats up a lot of minutes for you. If you look at these teams, fewer of those guys that there's room for. Like that, that lockdown defender that can't shoot. Like there were teams that went really far. Some teams that played in finals, won championships with guys that got minutes like that, like literally complete afterthought defensively, didn't have to guard those guys at all. And on the other end of the floor, they were guarding guys and having their impact that way. I don't think that you can have that anymore either. So you're talking about having 7, 8 guys that can play. I also think amongst those guys, you need versatility. You need guys that are capable of doing other things too. Even if it's not necessarily what they're known for, it's not their wheelhouse. And I'll take a guy like Aaron Nesmith's a great example for this, right? He's a guy that's known, kind of made a name for himself in this league a little bit and stuck in the league because he's a physical defender that can slide laterally and guard bigger wings and stuff like that. But look at what he's doing offensively now, like with making some mid-range jumpers off the dribble.
He just dropped 32 yesterday.
Taking the ball like from half court if he gets it thrown ahead and getting all the way to the rim and laying it in. And that's a guy that you would have thought that was the same exact player like 10 years ago. You say, okay, just guard and then go stand in the corner and shoot 28% from the 3, and that was fine. You're still going to get 28, 30 minutes. Like there were teams that had guys like that.
28%.
That's the other thing I think you need. You need versatility. Like those 7 guys need to do a lot of different things on the court, and that means on some nights,
at the most,
that means shot making too.
Attempts.
We're going to need some of that out of
maybe
you as
4.
well. I think that is what it's going to take. I think it's a good place to start.
Yeah, it's interesting because you bring up the specialist, and I don't know how it was in the 90s when you played. But I know when I was in college, and there were drafts, in the early 2000s.
Fuck out my face.
And through the 2000s, where it was like there were certain guys that were a little bit ahead of their time. And by that I mean they were drafted high, and they didn't have a specialist role. They were kind of Swiss Army guys, and you kind of didn't know where to put them. Right? What's your position, right? And it's in some ways we are moving further and further towards positionless basketball. Even with Minnesota, by the way, who plays too big. So you can make an argument, hey, it's the return of size and length and big teams. But every single guy on their roster is required to do so many different things. Cat is required to guard multiple positions. Cat is required to play multiple roles on the offensive end. It's not one thing anymore. And so I think the Swiss Army guy, right? The guy, like the best example of this I have is Josh Hart. Like Josh Hart
can do everything, bro.
In any playoff series for any team. Now there are times where certainly a team is going to play off of him, and he's got to make him pay from beyond the arc. But he just does so many things on a basketball floor. Jaden McDaniels does so many things on a basketball floor. But TJ McConnell can't shoot threes. He does so many things to impact winning. It's not one thing. And so I think it's a little bit of a shift back to your point on versatility is spot on. But specifically with each player, you have to be able to do a bunch of different things within a game for you to be on the court, basically. Totally. And that's a different thing than it was 6 years ago, certainly 10 years ago when I was in the middle of my career. It's a totally different thing.
I completely agree with that. You now like what you're going to be asked to do over the course of the game. Like there's just a lot more boxes you're going to have to check that you're going to have to do. And there's a list you could come up with of 20 different things that any basketball player potentially could do on a court. And there used to be guys